Good morning. Welcome to Unity Longmont Spiritual Center, where we are celebrating our 14th anniversary and inducting 2 new board members on November 14th, 2021. We are blessed to have Dan Kendrick with us here to do a talk. And our musicians include Faith Halverson-Ramos and Teresa Storch and Tim Osdiek and Jennifer Bosnia. Balogna, excuse me. There you go. So let us take a breath together and we are going to go into prayer. Beloved presence, everywhere present, we are celebrating this morning as we do every Sunday. We celebrate being together. We celebrate being fully human and fully divine. And today we celebrate being a 14-year-old community and inducting 2 new wonderful members to our board. And so we will begin with a piece of music from Faith, and so it is.
This is Living in the Heart of God by Jan Garrett and J.D. Martin. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. Morning sun coming through the trees, and the green leaves shimmer in the summer breeze. The songbirds singing to the honeybees, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. After the dazzle of the day is done, the moon makes love to the setting sun. The stars come twinkling one by one, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We sleep in dreams both deep and bright, sailing through the velvet night, refreshing the soul to the spirit's delight, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living in the heart of God.
Thank you, Faith, for the perfect song to introduce this morning. So let us open our hearts, our minds, and our souls to Rev Dan Kendrick, who has volunteered his time, his treasures, for several years to speak with us once a month. Welcome, Dan.
All right. Well, it's very good to be here. Faith, thank you for that song. Shall we just go to the heart of the matter? I think the song was a good setup. So we're looking at the 14th anniversary of Unity in Longmont, and if I'm correct. And we have some new board members coming on board today. So a little bit of my experience right now is experiencing the spirit being very present. To me, as long as that happens, then everything else is just commentary. Hopefully it's not a distraction, but we can see this process has begun, this opportunity to open, expand into the awareness. I would say of who we are, who I am, who you are, and that would be the Christ. You know, if I say that God loves me, it's a nice statement, but there's still a little separation there. If I say I love God, that's a nice statement, but there's still a little separation there. If I say I am the beloved, then there's no separation. I saw a statement the other day in relation to the Christ. I guess you could call it an affirmation. I was born the Lord. I'm just kind of letting that sink in. I was born the Lord. Now the question may be, well, if I was born the Lord, on some level, part of me would say, well, then I shouldn't have had any problems growing up. Why did some of these things happen to me, and why do I have times where my awareness was way different than I was born the Lord? Maybe another way to put it is Christ, or the Christ consciousness, or whatever term you want to use that you like, works for you. You could say the Christ consciousness is living in me as me. And I'm in the process of discovering that, of embracing that, of becoming aware of that as much as I possibly can. Jesus made a very profound statement. He said, the things that I'm doing, you shall do also, and even greater. There's a lot there. When I hear that, it speaks of great potential. And I think always the question is, okay, I've got the information. Now, how do I put that information and make it practical? How do I embody that information, become the embodiment of it? And that's obviously only you can answer that question. Only I can answer that question for myself. I certainly stand in support of you as you answer that question. Dava, I didn't note a starting time for myself, so if I'm coming up on the 15 minutes, feel free to just give me a little wave if I'm lost in time. But maybe I'll rephrase that. I'm present in time for myself. I'm finding in this unfolding process, there's always an update. Let me say, and so far, I found that in this process, there's always an update. Always an opportunity for expansion. In terms of service, And we've got new board members coming on board to be of service, and certainly the Christ consciousness, as I understand it, it's one of service. And I don't leave myself out of that. I think probably the most important service is what you do for yourself. I was thinking of the early life of St. Francis of Assisi. And you've probably seen, maybe you've seen the movie of his early life, but he's sitting there in the very nice cathedral of the town of Assisi with his mom, dad, the wealthier people of the community are sitting together. You look in the back and it's the peasants in the very back. And he's in real fine clothing and he's sitting there and he's getting more and more uncomfortable. Till finally he yells out, "No, no, no." And he runs out of the cathedral to the countryside, to a church that used to exist. Now it's just rubbles. It's got maybe one or two walls standing. All the stones have fallen down. It's in ruins. And he decides, this is where I'm going to serve. And he kneels down and dedicating himself to the service of rebuilding God's church. And there's a beautiful song around that in the movie. The words go like this: if you want your dream to be, take your time, go slowly. Do few things, but do them well. Heartfelt work grows purely. If you want to live life free, take your time, go slowly. Day by day, stone by stone, build your secret slowly. Day by day, you'll grow too. You'll know heaven's glory. To me, that's the definition of service. How do I know if I'm being of service? Well, are you growing through your action of service? Through your service, are you experiencing God's glory more and more? I think for myself, I can know I'm being of service if I feel uplifted in the process of doing it, and if others are also uplifted. There's a scripture in the Old Testament. Goes something like this. I may not get it exactly, but it's something, unless the Lord builds the house, unless the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain who build it. And I see house can mean two different, the house could be Unity of Longmont House. But within the Unity of Longmont House, there are individual houses called named Dan, Dava, Faith. I'm going across the screen here. I won't, and I'll just say, and everybody else. But I really like that image of God is building my house. Can you imagine what that house is going to be like if the creator of the universe is building it for you, in you, as you, growing you, providing for you, bringing to you exactly what you need at all times in the perfect timing, knowing what is for your highest potential and growth, and providing that for you. And all you have to do is ask. Say, well, is it that easy? Well, thank you, David, got it. Well, I would say ask and then watch, look, listen, and do. So as always, I'm very aware that there's way more being said here than any words I have for this. I hope you're getting the message is not contained in the words I'm saying, because that's the most important message. And that keeps going. My words are limited to me being here and saying something. And then when I go, you won't have that option of my words. But the words that matter are the words of spirit inside you, personal to you, directed to you, going from God's heart into your heart, guiding you, leading you, flourishing you. Behold, another Christ is born. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan, for the message of who we are and what is ours to do. And at this time, we'll hear music from Teresa.
Well, what other song could I play but my song about St. Francis? Can you hear me okay? Okay. This is my song called Ballad of St. Francis. Would sadness go away if if I dispelled my greed and gave it all to someone else in need, would hatred disappear? If I planted the seed and gave my love to those who made me bleed, but I'm so tired of this pain, 'cause no one understands my need for change. If I walked the pilgrim's path, could I become a saint and give myself completely to restraints? Could I see all my faults as a chance for love? Could it make me wise, make me humble enough? But I'm so tired of this pain, but no one understands my need for change. If I loved the world enough, would I see the face of God? Would I see the face of God? Would I see the face of God?
Thank you, Teresa, for your beautiful music and your powerful words. So let's take a moment to look at what Unity is. We are an active member of Unity Worldwide Ministries. Unity is a positive, practical, progressive approach to Christianity based on the teachings of Jesus and the power of prayer. Unity honors the universal truths in all religions and respects each individual's right to choose a spiritual path. Bobbie.
Okay. God is spirit, the living source of all that is. God is the one power, all good, everywhere present, all wisdom. God is divine energy, continually creating, expressing, and sustaining all creation. In God, we live and move and have our being. In unity, some other ways we speak of God are life, light, love, substance, principle, law, and universal mind. Jesus. We believe that Jesus expressed his divine potential and sought to show humankind how to express ours as well. We see Jesus as a master teacher of universal truths and as our way shower. In unity, we use the term Christ to mean the divinity in humankind. Jesus is the great example of the Christ in expression.
Thank you, Bobbie. Judy? Judy, can you unmute yourself?
Sorry about that. The nature of humankind. We are each individual, eternal expressions of God. Our essential nature is divine and therefore inherently good. Our purpose is to express our divine potential as realized and demonstrated by Jesus and other master teachers. The more we awaken to our divine nature, the more fully God expresses in and through our lives. The Bible. Unity co-founders Charles and Myrtle Fillmore studied the Bible as history and allegory and interpreted it as a metaphysical representation of humankind's evolutionary journey towards spiritual awakening. In addition, Unity recognizes that the Bible is a complex collection of writings compiled over many centuries. We honor the writings as reflecting the understanding and inspiration of the writers at the time that they were written. The Bible continues to be a valuable spiritual resource for us.
Thank you, Judy.
You're welcome.
Nancy.
Our teachings.
Oh, Nancy, I'm sorry, I just muted you by mistake.
Our teachings. Unity teaches that each person is a unique expression of God, created with sacred work. Living from that awareness transforms our lives and the world. Unity emphasizes the creative power of thought in our life experience. We refer to this as the law of mind action. When we take personal responsibility to choose life-affirming thoughts, words, and actions, we experience a more fulfilling and abundant life. Unity emphasizes the importance of applying spiritual principles in our daily lives. Unity teachings continue to evolve as we identify, embrace, and apply spiritual insights and the spiritual implications of new discoveries.
Thank you, Nancy. Skip?
Thank you. Prayer and meditation. Affirmative prayer is the highest form of creative thought. It includes the release of counterproductive negative thoughts, as well as holding in mind statements of spiritual truth. Through meditation, we experience the presence of God. Prayer and meditation heighten our awareness and thereby transform our lives.
Thank you, Skip. And we will hear from Faith.
This is Called to Be by Faith Rivera. I am called to be a healer for all humanity. I am called to be a dreamer, believe in what can be. I am called to be a maker, be an instrument of peace. I am called to be a giver, of abundance I receive. I am called to be a prayer, living out the truth I seek. I am called to be everything I am called to be. You are called to be a mother, to nurture family. You are called to be a brother, be strength in times of need. You are called to be a neighbor, see a friend in all you meet. You are called to be a leader, to build community. unity. You are called to be a prayer, living out the truth you see. You are called to be everything you are called to be. We are called to be the kindness, set the brokenhearted free. We are called to be forgiveness, where pain has run too deep. We are called to be compassion, be the wind beneath each wing. We are called to make communion, only then can we succeed. We are called to be a prayer, living out the truth we seek. We are called to be everything. We are called to be everything. We are called to be.
Thank you, Faith, for our calling. So it's time that we induct our new members of our board, and that is Skip, Leinau, and Nancy Sohm. So welcome. And we do this induction in the presence of our congregation, and we do this in the presence of our indwelling Christ, represented here today by these candles that Bobbie, Judy, Dan, and I light. The path of service has long been recognized as a holy path. It is at the very core of the mission statement of Unity Longmont Spiritual Center, which is that we experience deep spiritual truths by courageously acknowledging God in all. Bobbie and Judy, you have faithfully served as board members for years and have promised to continue to do so. Thank you. We know your journey has required forgiveness, selflessness, compassion, wisdom, vulnerability, strength, love, purity of intent, patience, self-discipline, commitment, and a sacrifice of your personal time. Each of you have demonstrated this path of service, and we thank you for your continued service. And at this time, we will hear music from Tim and Jenny.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious still that grace appeared, the hour I first believed. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound, saved a wretch like me. I but now I was blind, but now I see. We've been here 10,000 years, but shining at the sun. We're old as days to sing God's praise when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see.
Thank you, Jenny and Tim, for your grace. So, Skip and Nancy, each of you has accepted a position on the board of Unity Longmont Spiritual Center as a path of service. You have expressed a willingness to serve in that capacity. This willingness reveals that you know and accept the truth that you are a living soul that has come forth of God for the purpose of expressing God. This willingness also reveals that you understand and do through this act accept the truth that you are created in God's own image. So all that God is, potentially you are. To you then is given the responsibility to express all those God-given qualities and potentials that are within you in their highest form, so that your own life and the lives of all those whose lives touch yours will be blessed by your service. Nancy and Skip, are you prepared to discharge the duties and responsibilities of a member of the ULSC board, to look always to your indwelling Christ Spirit for wisdom, guidance, and inspiration, and be willing to follow the principles of unity as set forth by our ministry? If so, respond with, I am.
I am.
I am.
Thank you. Having accepted this position of trust, do you now consecrate yourself to promoting the welfare and growth of Unity Longmont Spiritual Center and the entire Unity movement, to living and expressing Unity principles, and to looking to your indwelling Christ Spirit for wisdom, guidance, and inspiration? If so, respond with, I do.
I do.
I do.
I hereby install you as board members of the Unity Longmont Spiritual Center and charge you with the responsibility of serving this church with love, faith, and joy as those God-given powers expressed through you and as you. So now I ask Nancy and Skip if you would light your candles as a way of accepting this. Friends, during this celebration, the Christ candle has been standing, witnessing our thoughts and our words. The light of the candle symbolizes God's own light that is within us all. As our new board members light their candles, let us be a symbol of our willingness to always fulfill Jesus' instruction to let our own light shine so that all those around us might know that we are the light of the world. We who share your joy in this day will always look for and behold your inner light as we walk the road of life together. We, through our words, actions, attitudes, and examples, promise to let our own light shine so that together we might extend God's light into every corner of creation. So, congregation, friends, before us lies our destiny, a God-directed destiny. Standing before you are your board members, Bobbie, Judy, Nancy, and Skip. They are entrusted with the spiritual and physical well-being of your spiritual community. Do you now affirm your support for them as they do this work? If so, please say, we do.
We do.
We do.
We do.
Thank you. Do you promise to hold them in your hearts in love and in prayer, to encourage them with your words and continue in your own pathway of service? If so, please say, we do.
We do.
We do.
Thank you. And we will hear from Jenny and Tim.
I did a song that I wrote called Hope for You. I see my fair share of heart and soul being bought and sold in this cricket world. And I've seen a handful of loves grow old and hearts grow cold in a black hole. But I got hope for you. I got hope for you. Whatever this crazy life it puts you through, but I've got hope for you. Maybe you're stuck in younger days, or maybe you're blooming late, you're on your way. Maybe you're wandering far from home, maybe you're on your own, like a rolling stone. But I got hope for you. I got hope for you. Whatever this crazy life it puts you through, I got hope for you. You might lose the way, you might not, you might get the job, you might not. You might wonder most your life being someone you're not. Maybe we're all lost. I got hope for you. I got hope for you. I got hope for you. Whatever this crazy life that puts you through, well, I got hope. Yeah, I got hope. Well, I got hope for you.
Thank you, Jenny and Tim, for hope, especially the hope you bring to us. When Jesus baptized his disciples, first he extended blessings of peace to them, and then he asked them to acknowledge God's own spirit of love, life, and light that was now already within them, waiting to be acknowledged. You in this community have now done this. So as a closing blessing, beloved presence everywhere present, we celebrate our anniversary and our new board members as we remember who and what we are and see God in all. We say thank you, and so it is. And we will end our service with music from Teresa.
Yay. This has been so fun with all the music. And congratulations to Nancy and Skip. Would I burn like Joan of Arc? Believe my words. No spark or fear of fire would make me denounce them. Could I stand like Dr. King? Believe the vision of my dream. No burning cross, threat of death would take it from me. What would I burn for? Could I draw the racist's wrath? Would I stand for anything where I'd feel bullets whizzing past? Would I burn? Could I sit at Gandhi's feet, sit well surrounded by police, be the change I want to see, simply emanating peace? Could I have Mandela's heart, forgive my captors for their part, call them my equals? From their prison I am released. What would I burn for? Would I die for my belief? Could I be a burning light to point us towards our own release? And would I give my life just to do what's right? And would I give my life? Would I burn? Well, I was born with wealth and skin. It absolves me of my sins, gives me freedom to go where others aren't allowed in. I never had a need to fight, but now I stand up for our rights. Here I am, I demand we stop this spread of fear and lies. It's what I burn for. I stand for my belief that there are things we all can do to make a world of peace. It's what I burn for. Now I'm asking for the proof. So we have to have a world today that is based upon the truth. And I will give my life just to do what's right. I will give my life, and I will give my life. But I burn. Would I burn? I burn like Joan of Arc, believe my words. No spark or fear of fire would make me denounce them.